I'm excited for us to get going because I found out today from Michigan on my daily call that Ohio is the only office region that is actually ahead of last year. So that is super exciting. And I'm really excited for all of the agents that are joining us that are newer, that haven't even gotten into business yet, to know that you are walking onto an engine with momentum. So what is Launchpad? Launchpad is designed to be an orientation for you. It is not a training per se, yet there will be elements of training that will be shared with you throughout the 4 days of Launchpad. So I'm going to introduce myself first. Anyone who doesn't know me or hasn't met me, my name is Felicia Hengel, and I am the president of Coldwell Banker for Northeast Ohio. I have been back with Coldwell Banker for 5 years. I started my career with Coldwell Banker in 1998. I had a great real estate career, was very successful in the top 3 of the company. I left in 2011 to pursue a leadership opportunity, which was my background before Coldwell Banker, before becoming a realtor, and it's kind of my passion. And then in 2015, when Coldwell Banker was actually acquired by our current ownership, the Schmitz, I was invited to come back and help them relaunch the brand in Ohio. So I'm really glad to be here. I am very passionate about helping agents launch a career. And so with the help of many people, Vanessa, the regional executive administrator, Elizabeth Glass, who is your regional training specialist, Roberta Reinhardt, who is your productivity coach, and Stephanie Martin, who is your regional agent services coordinator. So it was a collaborative effort that we all worked on to be able to present this Launchpad for you. So let's dive right in. And what that looks like is this. I'm going to show you guys, if you were just trying to follow along and you went to Schmidt Resources, Ohio, you would go to, or schmidtresources.com, Ohio, you'd go onto the Ohio tab and you would go to Launchpad. Now, when we created Launchpad, our thought was to be able to do this live for you guys, because that is always my preference. But we created this in such a way that we will be hosting it live Zoom like this, but it's also going to be able to be done self-paced, which is really cool. So if you miss something or you want to hear something again, you can absolutely go to exactly where I am right now and you can replay anything that you're hearing today, aside from me, because I'm actually doing this live. Eventually there'll be a welcome message in here from me that'll be much more scripted, but I prefer to go live today so that we can kind of roll with the punches and you know, just not be so stringent. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Roberta Reinhardt.
Welcome to Launchpad. This is Roberta Reinhardt, and the company has done a really great job of putting together a new format for you so that as agents who might want to know, you know, who to contact for what, how to get ready for your business, a lot of different segments, a total of 5 sessions altogether that are going to allow you to have access whenever you need it and be readily available online for you. So let me introduce you to these 5 different sessions that are available. Obviously, the very first one is, who do you go to for support? And what do they do for you when you do? So basic job descriptions and access to knowing who to contact for what, which is really critical. The second one, getting ready for business. Now, this is an overview of technology. We have the best technology in the entire industry. So for you to have this at your fingertips is going to be outstanding. Number 3, explore more of the basics. This is technology for everyday use. You're going to hear us talk about databases and Zap and Moxie, and getting a good overview too of .loop. .loop is how you do all of your documents. So to have this information in there is going to be most valuable to you as well. Number 4, areas of specialization. We are number 1 in relocation and luxury. Now that we also have a commercial department. And to make yourself aware of how we are looked at and appreciated in the industry, as well as all of the different divisions that we have that you can take advantage of, will be to your advantage. Number 5, meet your vendors. Hey, these are some really great people. They're not only great people, they're great companies. And it helps you to do a better job, feel more comfortable, and have immediate access and contacts with a lender, home warranty company, not to mention, of course, Woodland, Chicago Title. So these are all supplemental people that help us in a variety of different ways and make your life so much easier as a new agent. There's also going to be a library, and the library is going to be more specific trainings. And what that's meant to do, obviously, is to give you a basis that when you need to be able to write a purchase agreement and it's 10 o'clock at night, and you're saying, I can't remember what goes where or how to work this out, then you know that you've got access that'll be coming to you directly. So welcome to Launchpad. I'm looking forward personally to getting to know you and meet you, and have a terrific, terrific day. Thank you so much.
Hello everybody, my name is Elsie Sayer and I'm one of your principal brokers here at Coldwell Banker, Schmidt Realty, and Schmidt Family of Companies. We're so glad you made a decision to join our family. I want to talk to you today about your status as an independent contractor. That means you own your own company and you're affiliated with us. You're not an employee. And as such, you make the decision on how much money you want to make, how many hours you want to work, and what your long-term goals are. Most of us work toward retirement. We spend our working years toward making enough money to retire in comfort when our time comes. So whether you work for a company or you're your own company, the end goal is probably the same. You are You Inc. You're your own company. You're the CEO, the CFO, the COO. You're in charge of time management, earned income, goal setting, and everything else pertaining to your own company. We're not going to tell you to get up, get dressed, and come to work. You have to make that decision. You're going to have to decide how many hours a week you want to work, and of course that's going to depend on how much money you want to make. The more hours, the more money, just like any other job. Our goal is to make those hours you spend here more profitable. We are here to help you attain your goals. You make the goal, and we'll give you the tools and the opportunities to make it happen. Ultimately, you have to be the one to make a database, a book of business per se, that you can sell or retire on referrals. We have the tools and the ability to help you do that. Just remember, you are in control of your company. You need to decide how much money you need to invest in your company every month or every year. You need to decide how much education your company needs to keep on top of things. I suggest you get as much education as you can. The more education you are, the better off your company is. Every company out there needs to invest in itself, either to make capital improvements, build its book of business, or improve the bottom line. Your company is no different than any other. The sky's the limit. No one here is going to tell you how much you can make or how many hours you have to spend to do that. This is one business where gender, education, or life status in general dictates how much you will earn. Only you can do that. I've been doing this business for over 40 years, and I've enjoyed meeting people from every position in life, from celebrities to doctors to attorneys and everybody in between. I've made more money than I've ever dreamed possible. I was just a kid from the hills of Pennsylvania. I set goals, I revised those goals over and over and over again, and you can do the same. I'm accessible. I'm here for you. I answer my phone. My hope is that you attain your goals, surpass them, and make this a career that you dreamed of. Welcome to Coldwell Banker. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So Elsie is one of two of our primary brokers. Joe Gazzo is the second. You'll be hearing from him as well. If you ever get a chance to hear Elsie speak or teach, she does with Joe Gazzo your 20 hours of post-licensing that we provide for you at Coldwell Banker at no charge. So the creative path to success, as I said, was an outline. Be your own boss was Elsie. So as you go through each of these modules, every single thing we're going to cover is in its own square here. So some of you may have heard that we have a transaction coordinator option available. I'm going to let you hear directly from Stephanie Martin, who is our transaction coordinator, and see if that's something that you think might help you in your business. So these are all just quick overviews. They're not in depth. We get deeper when we get into next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So again, this is a 4-day overview. Not to be confused with onboard training. We'd like to see you jump into AMP right after this, and we have virtual AMP launching in the middle of May, and you'll be able to see a link to that on your calendar. The deadline to sign up for that is May 7th. And now here's Stephanie Martin.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Martin. I'm the transaction coordinator for all of our 13 Ohio offices. I'm here to explain to you what exactly that means and why you would benefit from hiring me. I usually explain it by saying I'm your annoying reminder and your real estate best friend. What I do is make sure that every part of the transaction is taken care of. I stay on top of all the deadlines. I make sure you, your clients, title company, and the lender all stay on top of all the deadlines. I keep a spreadsheet with all important dates and information so I can remind you to schedule the inspection. I can remind the lender to schedule that appraisal. I can make sure everything is just running smoothly. And you don't have to worry about the tedious parts of the transaction, so you can be out in the field finding new clients. The greatest part about using me is that it's only $225 per transaction, and that's if it closes. So if it doesn't close and you don't get paid, then I don't get paid. And also you can pick and choose when you use me. So you can use me on just one of your deals, you can use me on a couple of your deals, or you can use me on all of your deals. It's totally up to you. I also work on listings, and what that entails is I can put them into the MLS for you, make sure all of your documents are good to go and your dot loop is cleaned up, and then I can order the home warranty, and I can help with any kind of marketing materials like creating flyers, postcards, sending out emails, anything like that. An example spreadsheet and my flyer with a list of what all I do is available for you online. And please feel free to reach out by calling, texting, or emailing me with any questions. Thanks, and I look forward to working with you.
So this next one is a coaching overview from Roberta. I'm going to come back to that because we've got a live person joining us who is our president of marketing in Michigan, Ohio, Ohio, Traverse City, Michigan. Her name is Tracy Bacigalupi, but more importantly, she is going to share with you guys what the marketing department can do for you and why you should use our marketing department in your business. It's a very unique value proposition that we have at Coldwell Banker that allows you to be able to take advantage of our marketing team and be able to reach out to them whenever you need something very custom or something that we already have created that you just want to take advantage of. So as soon as Tracy's ready, I'm going to have Elizabeth signal me by just giving me a quick text, and we'll invite Tracy in. In the meantime, I will continue going on here with a quick video from Joe and Elsie. So both your brokers now, just kind of talking about the role of the brokers and who they are for you in your business.
Yes, hi everybody. My name is Joe Gazzo. I'm one of the principal brokers for Coldwell Banker Schmidt family of companies and Coldwell Banker Schmidt Realty. I'm also the manager for our location in Strongsville. We have a number of locations. I primarily am on the west side. Elsie, my partner in success, is primarily on the east side. And just to tell a little bit about us, myself in particular, I've been in the business for close to 45 years. I can tell you that it's a real pleasure to be here with Coldwell Banker Schmidt. It all starts from the top. They are tremendous leaders in every which way. And if you trickle down and we talk about Felicia Hengel, who happens to be our president, and then it goes down to our managers, and then of course to many of you, our agents. And basically what we want you all to know is we're here for you. Part of what we do is, as managers, we handle our offices, but in respect to that, other agents that are out there, whatever offices you may happen to be at, anything that arises, we're in a position to help all of you. And I think the thing that you want to consider is anytime anything comes up, you want to talk to your manager. They are your lifeline, and they're there to help. And if by chance there's something that they cannot help you with, that's what we're here for. So we're here to help in respect to things that may come up with the division, license law, things of that sort. So to tell you just a brief history of my background, this is 45 years for me in the business. I received my broker's license in 2007. My background is also building. I've worked with a number of builders, and I was also a custom builder. So part of what I do is I love teaching that aspect of it, and we'll get into that later in another aspect. But right now, what we want you to know is what we're here for, and that's to support you. We're here to support every way we can. Anytime any questions come up, and they will, again, that's what we're here for. We even sometimes bounce things off each other. There's times I'll call Elsie, there's times Elsie may call me. And again, with my background being what it is, being in construction, Elsie's background, and she'll allude to this in a bit, her background happens to be in farming and things of that sort. So I think between the two of us and the managers that we have in place, no stone is left unturned with what we do here. We're here to support in every which way we can. All the tools that we have to offer you, I think in addition to that, you have a tremendous amount of experience to back you up. So again, I'm going to turn it over to Elsie so she can tell you a little bit about herself, but we welcome you all. We're here to help you. That's the main thing. And just know that you are in a tremendous company with great leadership. So I want to introduce you to my partner in success, Elsie Sayre.
Hi there, my name's Elsie, and I am one of the principal brokers, like Joe mentioned. I'm actually on the east side, and I manage the Streetsboro office. My background is so totally different from Joe's. I'm a farmer, a true farmer. That's what my husband does. We live on 600 acres, and we're farmers. So my background in real estate has been rural, very rural, on how to sell country properties, how to sell properties with septics and wells. So we're very well-rounded. Between the two of us, we've got it pretty much covered. I don't do city very well at all, and he would have a little bit of problems out here in the country, so we bounce things off of each other all the time. Very privileged to work for the Schmidts. The Schmidt family from Michigan owns this company, and we are very privileged to work for them. The Coldwell Banker Schmidt Realty is a icon in the business. We're the largest franchisee for Coldwell Banker. Very, very happy about that. They're very accessible, and I want to let you know that Joe and I are both very accessible. We answer our phones. If you need us, we're here. We prefer always that your manager is your first line of attempt to reach somebody, but of course, if you can't reach them, or if it's a broker question or a division or a licensee question, then we're your source and we are accessible. We answer our phones. So if ever you need a broker, give us a call and we can hopefully get your answer. If we don't have it, we certainly will get it for you.
And so if you're new with us, we welcome you with open arms.
Absolutely.
We're happy to have you, of course. And if you're experienced and you've been with us for a while, we're happy you're part of our family, because we do operate as a family here. We're here to help. So thank you all very much, and success to you. Much success.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
So I am going to now let Tracy have the helm here, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Tracy's going to share her screen. So Tracy, just want to say good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, Felicia. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, Ohio. How's it going? Good to see all of you. Felicia, thank you for turning this over to me. I appreciate it. Thank you for including me on your Launchpad. This is great to see your faces. Hi, Elizabeth. Who else is there? Dave Matthews is there. Hi, everybody. So welcome to Launchpad. Welcome to the Schmidt family of companies with Coldwell Banker. I'm Tracy. I'm the president of marketing here for the Schmidt family of companies for Michigan, Ohio, Florida, and the Virgin Islands. Hi, Cindy Foster. We love you too. Thank you so much. I thought I would spend some time with you today and really kind of cover the marketing group, who we are, how you engage with us, what are the different avenues that you can engage with us, what are some of the tools and resources that are immediately available to you right now in this new environment that we're in. So I thought I would spend some time on that and show you some of the things that are there. And then hopefully have a few minutes at the end just in case you have any questions. So I've got 28 minutes left, so I'm going to share my screen with all of you. And I hope everybody can see my screen. And I'm just going to head over. So schmidtresources.com is where I am headed. Elizabeth, will you let me know if anything goes amiss or if you could not see my screen or anything like that? That would be great.
We can see you and hear you perfectly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So you're always going to hear us talk about Schmidt Resources, right? Schmidt Resources, schmidtresources.com. This is really your one-stop place for, I'm going to say 90% of the things that you may need. There's going to be some stuff that might just not be on there, but 90% of it is right there for you. So I just went ahead and clicked on Ohio right up here in the upper corner. So let's talk about your marketing group to get started. Here, I'm clicking on the square for your marketing group. We are here to support you. You have myself. I'm going to talk about my role and where I love to engage with agents, and I'll talk about Danielle in a second. Everybody has probably met JD by now, heard of him, heard his voice, saw his face on video. He is the digital media and technology specialist for the Schmidt family of companies. So anything related to the technologies that we offer as a brand, or as the Schmidt family of companies, any resources that you need on digital media, maybe it's your Facebook page, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. You know, you have a wonderful resource right in your region, Elizabeth. She's very well versed on all of those. So you have her at a local level, but you also have another resource within the marketing group that is here to assist you on a deeper dive, maybe one-on-one, whatever it is you need. So in Ohio, you've got lots of people that are there to help you, but you got JD also, who is right on the marketing group to assist you as well. His phone number is right here. You can email him right from Schmidt Resources, okay? Now, these next people that you're gonna see their faces, these are your graphic design team. These are the designers that are here to work with you. They're here to help you with your business cards. Maybe you're launching a postcard campaign or a digital media campaign on Facebook or YouTube, whatever it may be. They're there to create your YouTube banners. They're there to create your social graphics. And we've got a ton of social graphics already created. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but maybe there's a specific message that you want out there, or a specific look that ties into your branding as an agent, right? Even involved in your branding and image. You know, your branding is critical as you go out into the market and represent yourself. Now, branding doesn't necessarily mean a logo. You guys already have a logo. We have a beautiful new logo. But branding is about that image that you choose to put yourself out there as, right? It's about what your pieces look like, your marketing pieces, any advertising you do, any postcard campaigns. That now becomes your brand and your image. Your image and your brand is also your photography, right? Are you taking really great photographs? Are you doing video on your homes? Video's king. We've learned this through COVID-19. I think we can all shake our heads that we realize video is king. So we got to make certain as we go out and work our business and represent our sellers that we get that really phenomenal photography as well as that videography. But your brand is reflective on everything that you put out to the consumer. So if you list a property, if you put bad photos out, that affects your brand. If you're doing a postcard campaign and it isn't right spot on with how you want your image to be, it affects your brand, right? All of those things are important. So this is your design team. Caitlin's right here in Ohio with all of you. She sits in Ohio out of our Brecksville office. But don't let that think that she's the only person that you can go to, because that's not the case. All of these people you can go to whenever you need assistance, okay? And I'm going to show you an even easier way to engage with them in just a second. So Danielle, she helps me on a daily basis. She's my person that's just there to help me navigate the daily world with the responsibilities that I have. But she also is the sales and marketing coordinator for our preferred vendor program, which is called thisisourlist.com, which is by invitation only, and also our global luxury flagship publication, which is called Luxury Magazine. Okay, so she is there to do those. Now, I will tell you this. Danielle is really awesome at helping our agents craft and draft their bios. When you're an agent that's coming on board and you're trying to develop your bio, now she can't write your bio for you because she doesn't know you. But if you take a stab at it and give her those points that you're really trying to articulate, she's going to go ahead and help you develop that written bio that you're going to feel really proud to put out on your digital media, your websites, your business page on social media, all of those things. She's also has helped a lot of our agents with property descriptions. Now, again, she's not going to write your property description, but there's sometimes those unique properties, right, that maybe we're struggling with a little bit that just could really, they just need some different point of view in writing. Run those by her. She's really awesome at that. She is a writer. She loves to write. She is a proofing maniac. She loves to proof. So even if you do something yourself and you want to toss it over, please do, okay? And if you need me for something and I'm not responding to you right away, just copy Danielle. She'll get it, send it. She's in my mind. Danielle and I have worked together for, gosh, since 2008. She was with me before I came to the Schmidt family of companies. She knows me inside and out, and she can usually get back to you real fast and help you with what you need. So please leverage Danielle too. And then for me, you know, I'm not a designer, you guys. Don't ask me to design because you're not going to like it. You're just not. But I know it looks good. But where I really love to come in with agents on a daily basis is, you know, think about your business plan. For those of you that are new coming into the industry, or you've been with the industry and you're joining our family, you know, you got to have a plan, right? And what do you want to accomplish? What are your sales goals? You know, what is your plan? And, you know, for those of us that had a plan January 1, 2020, well, as of today, May 1st, that plan looks a little different based on what's happened in the world, right? So now it's time to pivot. And what does your plan look like now for the rest of the year? So I love having those discussions with our agents about what does their business plan look like? And then how do we tag in and integrate a marketing plan into that business plan to help you achieve your goals? You know, whether you're an agent that's plateaued and you can't seem to get past that plateau mark on your sales and you can't seem to elevate it, let's talk about it. Maybe you're trying to increase your average sales price. Maybe you're trying to figure out, where should I focus? Let's talk about it. Of course, again, you have amazing resources at the local level. You have your managers, you have Felicia, you have Elizabeth. There's so many wonderful people. I'm just another avenue for you to talk to and help develop and further cultivate that, okay? I love doing listing prep for appointments. I love our luxury branding. I love our residential branding. I love just doing listing appointments with agents. I can come in virtually, whatever it is you need. We're here to help you, okay? So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Text, this is my cell phone. I only have a cell number. Text is super fast for me. You are never bothering me if you text me, okay? Text me, call me. Give me a little time on email, although I've been sitting behind my desk for the last 6 weeks, and I'm pretty much on top of emails right now, but usually that isn't always the case, so please reach out. So really quick, again, I wanted to talk about some more resources that are here and available for you. The Schmidt family of companies has additional resources and layers across the company that are here to support you, and those are called our luxury ambassadors. Our luxury division starts at $500,000 and up. And yes, we all know just because it's 500,000 doesn't necessarily mean that it fits the luxury branding, but nonetheless, 500,000 and up really goes into our luxury division. And because luxury has a whole nother layer of offerings and a whole different way of doing business, we have luxury ambassadors across the company that are here to support you and help you. Now in Ohio, we have Marcy Capadona. She is one of our managing brokers. She's a luxury salesperson. She's sold residential. She's very well articulated in the high-end market, and she will become a very phenomenal local resource for you should you have that opportunity that fits into that luxury division, and you will eventually have that opportunity. So please.
Been wrong with them for a while and we just didn't know and take care of it.
So I think, Elizabeth, you can mute Amanda if she doesn't unmute herself. So we have other luxury ambassadors across the company. Kirsch is in Michigan. Anthony Scaramucci is in Paradise in Florida. Valerie's on the west coast of Florida with Sunstar. And I'm a luxury ambassador across the entire company. So I work very closely with our luxury ambassadors. We work together as a team. And I am really a backup to all of them. If you can't reach one of them, reach me, okay? Whatever you need. But Marcy is very accessible, and she's very much a servant leadership mentality. She'll be happy to assist you, okay? So back into Ohio. We talked about who we are and that you can pick up the phone, you can email any of us for anything you need, right? So I want to give you a tool that just takes the guesswork out of who do I go to for what. And it's this big black box right here. It's called the Online Marketing Project Request Form, okay? So what we've done is we've taken the guesswork out. Fill in your name, your email, your phone. Give us what you want to do, okay?
Interesting. She said sorry for telling you on here, but no.
So just fill out all of the fields. There's not very many. Super easy. Project title, you could just put social media graphics or custom postcard. It's not anything official. It just gives us an idea of what you need. Give us a few details. Right here, pick your DBA. Are you with Schmidt Realty, Ruth Realty, Schmidt Family of Companies? Just give us your DBA. What is your completion date? What do you need it by? Okay, put your office in there. If you have any photos or anything you need to upload, click yes. And then go ahead and hit submit. One of the designers will reach out to you directly. If you need something from digital media and you're like, I don't remember who I go to, whatever it is you need, fill out this form. We'll do it behind the scenes and get someone in touch with you immediately, okay? So this is super, super easy, okay? So what can the marketing group do for you? Templates, custom work, business cards, postcards, social graphics, advertisements. Maybe you're doing an advertisement in a magazine or wherever it may be. What is it that you need? We can help you, okay? Your headshot, maybe you just want a little bit of photoshopping done or whatever it is you need. We can do that too, although we hate to do that. We like to leave it up to the professional photographers. But I would say ask us, because most likely we can help you with it. If you want to do a direct mail campaign and you're like, gosh, how do I logistically do this? I got the postcards, I got labels, I got postage. No, we do all that for you. Give us your mailing list. Let's work through all of those postcards. We'll label them, we'll postage them, we'll get them to the post office. You don't even have to think about it again, okay? So think outside the box, send us this. Doesn't matter what time of the day you use it. Whether you're early in the morning, late at night, or on the weekends, fill this in and we'll get back to you when we come into work, okay? Sound pretty easy? All right, so because of the market and what has happened in our virtual environment, I wanted to just kind of show you some resources that are available to all of you right now. So this working virtual square has a lot of information in it, all right? Tons of information. This is a daily message, and hopefully you are seeing our daily messages that we are sending out from the Schmidt Marketing Group. But these are all of the messages that we have sent out to help you adapt, help you pivot in a virtual environment to allow you to continue to develop yourself into the real estate business or continue in the real estate business in a virtual environment, in a safe environment, okay? So please, when you get a moment, there's so many great things on here. You know, some things I want to draw attention to is we're doing our virtual open house event every Saturday. You know, when you have a listing, and some of you may have them, some of you may not, submit your form. Please submit your form. All of the details, this form link doesn't change, even though this was from our first kickoff. We were doing it on April 18th. The form is right here. It's active. We always are sending out reminders, but fill those out. It's a great way to advertise your seller, and we're doing it at our expense. The company invests $750 every week into promoting the virtual open house event. And we're doing it again this Saturday. We're going to do a reevaluation on our analytics. And if we need to increase that up to 1,000, we're going to increase it up to 1,000. But it's a great opportunity for you to get visibility to your listing and also to let your seller know what you're doing for them in this virtual environment. I hope you saw our email that is going out today, or maybe it hasn't gone out today, on successes. You know, again, we're asking for you to share your successes in a virtual environment. The form, again, right here, the link never expires. Pull it up, share with us how you pivoted in a virtual environment. We drew names this morning, and I think 3 of them were from Ohio, right, Felicia? I think a nod would be good. 3 of them won from Ohio for submitting their successes, and we offered them some swag or some marketing dollars. They got to choose, but we're really excited to hear what people are doing and the successes that they're having. We are taking listings. We are writing purchase agreements. We are closing deals, but we're doing it very safely. So take a look at these. There's a lot of info on Zoom, on doing videos, on how your sellers can do a video for you if you don't feel comfortable coming into their home, or they would prefer that nobody come into their home and they want to do it themselves. We've got instructions for you there, okay? So take some time, click on these, go through these. Oh, here's our success stories right here for today. Here's all of our winners. And we got, oh, Coldwell Banker Mass, fun. But here's our winner, or our successes for today. Oh, there's Candy from Brecksville. Yay, Candy. All right, so take a look at those. Also wanted to direct you to this. Now, for those of you that might be brand new to the business and you're like, gosh, how do I get myself out there? You know, it's people aren't doing a whole lot. Maybe, you know, people are skeptical about seeing real estate and all these other things. Well, guess what? You have an easy way to get yourself out on social media. These are some kind of quick, easy graphics we prepared. We can fill in the blanks for these. This isn't specific to you, but this is a compelling story when these numbers are filled in, right? You can promote the virtual open house event that we're doing every Saturday. Now people are starting to see that you're out there and you're posting things. Lots of great messages that shows that you're a realtor in the business, that you're present and relevant in the business, and you're giving messages out to thank first responders, right? There's lots of great messages in here. We're really proud. We made the top 500 real trends ranking for the Schmidt family of companies. What is your virtual listing program that you have? Hey, if you're interested in going on the market, here's the steps that we take to do it virtually with you. These are great messages. We have over 100 graphics in here that you can grab and go and put yourself out there, okay? Let's make sure your Facebook page is a business Facebook page. Let's make certain it says who you work for and that you are a realtor. Don't make people guess what you do out on social media, right? Craft that up, make it look awesome. But really, over 100 graphics here. If you see something that isn't hitting a message that you want, or you want it slightly different, you got a whole marketing group that's in place to customize these for you. These are just ideas. Use them if you love them. If you want something different, you're not going to offend us. Come to us. Go to the online marketing project request, call, send an email. We're here for you to adjust these any way that you would like. Can you see how I'm continuing to scroll? There's the bottom. All right, lots of social graphics for all of you, okay? All right, so what happens if you get into that opportunity to do a virtual listing appointment? So we got Moxie, right? Lots of great tools in Moxie. I'm sure Elizabeth is moxieing you all with all of that. Okay, we're going to go back into presentations. So I'm in Ohio. I'm going to click on this square that says presentations, okay? So these are your residential listing presentation and your luxury presentation. I'd love for each of you to spend some time and just flip through these books. And again, these are not customized to you as an agent, but they are filled with important information about who we are as Schmidt family of companies. People want to know who they're doing business with. Let's help them make that connection. They need to know about who you are. They need to know about what you're going to do to market their listing, right? So this is your residential, and then you also have your luxury. We call them the blue book and the black book. If you haven't already, please do go into these presentations and get to know them, get yourself familiar with them. So let's kind of talk about what we're working on now for all of you. So right now we're updating the blue book, which is your residential listing presentation. We're also updating the black book, which is the global luxury listing presentation. With Moxie, and Elizabeth can speak to this far better than I can, but with Moxie, you have the ability to create your listing presentation, competitive market analysis, include all that customization about you in your listing presentation. When we finish these books, which is very, very soon, we're gonna upload the books, not a complete book, but the pages of the book into Moxie so that you can pick and choose the pages that really fit that story that you want to articulate on your listing appointment, okay? So in the meantime, thank you, Felicia. I'm glad you like that. Thank you. So in the meantime, you have your digital links right now to use. Please use them. They're easy. You're not sending a big file, but hang in there with us. About another week, we'll have luxury done, and I'm really hoping within the week we're going to have Blue Book done too. And then you'll see those right in Moxie. But these are your listing presentations. In the meantime, I would just ask that you go in there, spend some time, get familiar with them. Here's your Black Book. And again, you know, some of you may be like, gosh, you know, I'm just getting started. I'm not even thinking about luxury. Still spend some time in the Black Book because I think it's important to understand what that luxury division has to offer, because when you get that opportunity and now you start getting ready for that appointment, you're going to just be that much further ahead, okay? But there's lots of great info in here too, but they are being updated. These are officially being changed, so we're really excited about that, okay? So let's see what else I want to show you real quick. Also, I want you to know if you want to go through the listing presentation and talk about why is this important, how do you speak to this, I would love to do that with you. Let me know. We can do a video meeting. We can work through it page by page. I'll share my screen. Let's talk about these pages so that you start to craft your voice and how you want to present that when you're on a listing appointment, okay? So just let me know. All right, there's a lot of other squares in here, you guys. We're not gonna have enough time to go through all of them today, but if you haven't spent a lot of time in Schmidt Resources, I'd love it if you would. You know, we have a ton of postcard campaigns. Holy cow, we have so many of them. There's so many resources for you here. We're adding more things all the time. Just go in here, click on a square, open it, drill down a little further. This is the Launchpad Pathway to Success that Elizabeth developed. It's all, did I steal your thunder? I hope I didn't, if you were planning on doing that later. But
everything you're doing now is just a good preview for them. It's perfect.
Okay. This is exciting, you guys, right here. This is a resource for you after Launchpad as you continue to go through Launchpad. Elizabeth's going to explain it. That's her baby. It's right here for all of you, okay? Scripts. Oh my gosh, do you need some scripts? Are you working CBX seller leads? Are you making calls? Are you trying to have maybe a drip campaign in email and you just need some help with language? Gosh, there's so many things that are here for you. I always love the quotables too. The Schmidt family of companies quotables, if you're looking to see our company at a snapshot, or the Coldwell Banker quotables, which are also a lot of fun. There's so much information in here that's just gonna help you connect further to the brokerage family that you signed up with, and our brand, which is Coldwell Banker, and you're just going to learn so much more. So hang in there with that. I wanted to also share with you one more thing before I say goodbye. So I think we all know from a marketing standpoint, pick up the phone and call any of us, email us, or go to that online tool, right? Super easy. Don't spend a moment guessing. Just come to us and let us help you, okay? Let us help you. And I really hope that you take us up on our offer to help with bios, to talk about business planning and marketing plans, to talk about the listing presentation, and let's go through that one-on-one and deep dive. Please reach out. But I wanted to share this with you too, because it's something that I'm really proud of about being a part of the Schmidt family. The Schmidt family started a not-for-profit organization back in 2019, and thank goodness we did. But this organization is in place. It is a 501c3, not-for-profit. Our mission is to support the children and our youth in the communities we serve. And now more than ever with COVID-19, and it has certainly affected so many people in so many ways. We have children who need food. We have children that used to receive food at school, and now they need food in other ways. So Backpack for Kids programs with food. We have children who need laptops to be able to have remote learning from home. There's so many needs for our children to be able to get through this pandemic that has affected our entire country. So please visit the schmidtcommunityfund.org is our website. There's an opportunity for you to donate. For you to request for a donation, for you to request for support. If you want to donate, you can donate too. I'm a donator to the Schmidt Community Fund. I love this fund. But more importantly, we don't know the needs in your communities. We don't, but we need you to tell us. So please fill out a request for donation form. It's accessible right here on Schmidt Resources. In fact, if you go to Schmidt, I went to the wrong one, schmidtcommunityfund.org. I can't see this side, but if you do request for funding at the end, and I apologize, I can't see the right side of my screen, schmidtcommunityfund.org, request, I think it's request for funding, but you can access it right on the page. Yeah, I'm not doing it right. Sorry about that, you guys. But basically, can you see it, Felicia, over here? I can't see this far. I think it's right here, right? This is our charities and organizations that we've supported so far. But the donation, is it right there, Felicia? Because I can't see all the way over.
Are you trying to see where it says donate now?
Yeah, not donate now, request for funding. I'm going to send that link out to Elizabeth and she can share it with all of our Launchpad folks.
Yeah, that would be great, because I think it is the next thing over to the right that we can.
Yeah, and I just can't see it, unfortunately, based on the way my screen is showing, so I do apologize.
It's okay.
But we don't know all of the needs that your communities have. So if you would, please keep your eyes and ears open, fill out the request for funding, and let us see what we can do to help support your children in the communities you serve, okay? We have money to give. We've had generous donations by Mike and Ken Schmidt when they started the foundation. We have our agents donating. We have our staff donating. We have money to give back, and we really want to make certain we do that. So please help us out. Visit schmidtcommunityfund.org. The donation form's right there. Are there any questions on that, Elizabeth, that you have for me that I could answer for anyone before I say goodbye?
Well, I actually just wanted to point out real quick, the funding is actually in the About tab. So if you go back under and it says the About tab, it'll actually take you right to the funding page. But I'm still going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight my URL and put it right in the chat comments for everybody.
Can you see this now, you guys?
Yeah.
About how to request funding. Kind of goes through our guidelines, and here's the form right here. You can also just send an email once you've downloaded the form and completed it, send it to Give. Carrie and I monitor that email address, and we'll get your request right in front of the board of directors for approval, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you for covering that one. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was important to Felicia too. She's a big fan of our not-for-profit organization, and it's really important, you guys. So let us help you all. And thank you, Felicia, for making certain that I covered that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing time with us. It's great.
Yeah. Any questions, or am I good?
I think you're good. I've been asking them to do questions in the chat box so that we're not talking over each other and it looks clear. But in the future, all of you, as Tracy said, everyone's profile that is in the marketing group is right there in Schmidt Resources. So don't hesitate to reach out to anybody, including Tracy. And we look forward to seeing you live soon.
I know. I can't wait to come back to Ohio. So I hope to see all of you soon. Stay safe, stay virtual, stay present. I know you guys get to show real estate, but I've been hearing from Felicia that you guys are out there making it happen, and our agents are being safe and taking care of our clients. So thank you so much. Who's present with Felicia in the office? How many people do you have with you?
Just 5.
Awesome. Awesome. Social distancing. You guys are doing great. And I love your backdrop.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody. Happy Friday.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Right. So that was awesome. There's so much good information in Schmidt Resources, you guys. It's just, you constantly could be going in there and finding something you haven't seen before. So it's all good stuff. Okay. So pardon me? Absolutely. You know, I knew that. Miss Marty Pants. Okay. So we're going to share back to Launchpad, and I'm going to move all these faces. I like how I can do that. I learned that the other day. It's very fun. Okay, so create a path to success. I'm going to go back and just go over that document with you guys. But before I do, this next tab is a little bit longer, but it's really, really important. It's the new agent guide. And I guess, Elizabeth, with the video itself, how much do you go over Schmidt Resources? Because I don't feel like we need that again.
There's probably about 7 minutes of it, but there's some of the tabs that I would want to cover with them that she didn't hit, but she did cover a lot that I was going to say, at least for Schmidt Resources.
All right, well, I think maybe it might make more sense to just focus on the new agent guide for right now. So do you want to share your screen and just go through the new agent guide? And we won't do the video? I think that might be better.
Let's not do the video, but since I'm in Schmidt Resources, can I do a couple tabs just to show them that, which leads into the new agent guide and then the training calendar?
You can, and I just unshared. It's all you.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to screen share now. Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen and hear me okay?
Yes.
A lot going on my computer over here. Okay. So Schmidt Resources, she did a great job of covering it, but what I love about it is it's so important to know where your resources are. It's great if we have a lot of great stuff, but if you guys don't know where to access it, it doesn't really help you very much. So here's what I want you to look at. Imagine Schmidt Resources being like a centralized location starting point, okay? So it doesn't mean that all of our technology platforms are run within Schmidt Resources, but it's a centralized starting point location. So kind of always keep that in mind, because if you're ever thinking, where is this? Where can I get it? We want you to start here, and that will then funnel you to where you guys need to go. So first of all, very quickly, I wanted you guys to just take a quick peek at the top. Notice how it has this search bar. So I want to show you 2 different ways to search quickly to get what you need and kind of get out. If I were to go ahead in the search bar and type in Moxie, it would then narrow it down and give me everything directly for Moxie. The other aspect here is we've got it done by category. So for example, if you wanted to learn the technologies or find out where the technologies are, you would actually come straight down here into the technology tab. Now what's great is, again, these are not platforms that are run within Schmidt Resources, but it's a location to start there and get to that location. So for example, our .loop, which is our digital contracts, you could actually click this one. It would take you out into .loop, and you could access that platform at that time. Now, I know there's a lot of technologies here, but I do like to mention, don't worry about getting everything mastered today. We were really lucky in having this training coming already in next week's Launchpad, but we also have training that's going on in our digital calendar each and every month to make sure that you can not only understand the technology, but utilize it to really grow your business correctly. The other tab I wanted to point out that's one of the most important for us here as well is the video and social media tab. When you click on this, I want you guys to notice here the Schmidt Video Classroom as it loads here. Okay, so basically anything that we do as any part of a training that is company level, we do record it and then we provide it here as an opportunity for you guys to do kind of like a play and implement learning. So for example, I want to show you a quick way to kind of find what you need because we've got a lot going on here. Again, in the search bar, if I were to go ahead and type in Moxie, what's great is this would now narrow it down because this is within YouTube. It's actually going to give me all of the different videos that we have for Moxie. So it just makes it simple and easy for you guys to kind of find what you're looking for. If you notice in here that we do have some that are Moxie Mondays, I want you just to kind of see a quick way to pull things out as well. So for example, if I go to playlists, we have all the Moxie Monday videos already put together. So if I'm going to go ahead and click on that, all right, it's going to start to run, and you're going to notice in here that it's actually going to be the full training. And on the right, all of the queued trainings are those that are actually with Moxie. So for example, you guys, some of you guys saw me do the comps and the listing presentation. If you want to just learn how to just do that, you can actually click straight on that and it takes you right into that training. And what's great is it actually showcases to you the actual platform. So what you get to do is watch the training, pause it, and then go to your actual system and actually create the presentation and do it with us. And so the idea there is you are able to learn on your own time, but the great news is we are still an extension.
Good morning,
so you're
everybody.
still reaching
Welcome
out to us at any
the,
time.
First,
go ahead and pause that. So you're still reaching out to us. I still expect questions. I'm still troubleshooting at all times when it comes to all of these different platforms, and so are our technology teams as well. But that was an important one to cover as far as the video and how to get all of our training, different training videos. Now I'm back in our homepage within schmidtresources.com. There's another tab here that is G Suite, and we'll cover this. I'll go over this with you guys a little bit more into detail, but it does cover the full suite options that you get when you come with the company, which includes a YouTube channel. If you didn't know, you already have a YouTube channel. It's just a matter of getting it run for you. We have digital Microsoft Word documents, digital Excel documents, and PowerPoint presentations. All of these platforms are awesome because you may not even have them in your computer, but you actually get to have them in a digital format that allow you to live, they're considered live documents. For example, if I were to create a spreadsheet and add Felicia to it, I would get to type on it and she would see it as I'm actually doing it. So there's a lot of great training you guys are going to really learn about the G Suite. But if you want to jump ahead and you guys don't want to wait for that, click on the G Suite square. Okay, so some of these other ones I'm going to cover real quick are the new agent packet and also education. Let me make sure we covered, oh, one more I want to show you real quick because I think it's important. For all of you guys that could see me, if you notice the background that I have, I'm actually not sitting in this room. And everyone keeps saying, I love that. How did you make that happen, right? Well, I got the graphic itself from BrandServe, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So within our Ohio page, and I'm just going to recap for you guys just because in the beginning our tech wasn't working and you guys couldn't see it very well. If I'm on schmidtresources.com, I'm going to go to the Ohio tab by either clicking on Ohio in the top right, or I'm going to actually click on the Ohio tab on the bottom. Now to access the information, I'm sorry, the photos and the graphics, if you click on right here, the CB logo, it's going to take you into the directions on how to get into BrandServe, which is housed within CB Exchange. So I'm not going to go into it into detail, but just know that all of the photography, we've got videos, we've got pictures from the brand, even their campaigns that you guys want to use in social media. It is all ready in BrandServe. You get to download it. And for example, what I'm using right now, I just went in Zoom and I uploaded it as my background. So it's great because now you're going to be communicating with your clients. For example, Candy, who just had that Feel Good Friday, she was in the trainings that we had to present. She made a presentation for her client. She was able to use Zoom, and then this way it puts you into an office background instead of whatever's going on behind you in your personal home. So one option that I love, BrandServe, and it gives you full rights to use anything within that particular square. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at the new agent guide. Now, this has been recently revised, and what's great is that anytime that we do have an update or any change within the company, we make sure we update it in real time. So it's going to be something that's going to be I want you to think of it as a resource point to kind of have as a staple to always refer back to. This is not just for new agents. This always has great information at all times. I'm going to run through real quick just to give you an idea of what's in here, because a lot of agents that are even with us for a while say, I didn't realize that was even in there. So it's good for us to kind of break it down real quick. So first and foremost, now that you're with our company, you are our company, and it's important for you to understand our history and our story. So the way that this is broken down is pretty simple. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a background story where you can actually read and get to know a little bit more. On the left-hand side, we've actually got our executive leadership, inclusive of their contact information as well. Connecting your company with who is actually working with you is a very important resource to have. So we make sure that is first and foremost. Second, excuse me, we have the breakdown of our offices. Often you're going to need to work with an agent or have to do something with a different office. This is a one-stop shop, whether it's Virgin Islands, Florida, Ohio, or Michigan, to be able to reach them at any time to conduct business as you need. Next, our Ohio leadership team. We are an open door or an open phone or email or video policy now for all of us. It's important for you guys to really get to see who does what, because if you have any type of questions, it's kind of dictate and funnel where you're going to go to for help. So for example, you can see in here, we have the phone number and email for those contact points. We've got our brokers, and it breaks it down so it can help you always know who to go to for help. An extension of that service is our managers. So this is an important one. This is going to be reflective now of not only who is actually doing what office, but as you come in, you started to realize that we have different DBAs now. So we've got Schmidt family of companies, Schmidt Realty, and Ruth Realty. And it could sometimes be confusing when you're newer and you're not quite sure who's what. This is a one-stop shop to know, okay, Mentor office is managed by Marcy, and that's a Schmidt Realty office. So it does break it down for you. And again, provide the contact information for that particular management office or person. Next, you're going to hear later on at Launchpad about the relocation, but even though you might not be ready to jump into relocation right now, we still want to tell you a little bit about it so you can know. And when you are ready to learn more, or you have something that you can do as a referral, we give you the contact points for that right away. Next is our corporate administration. So we are a collaborative team. That means Florida, Michigan, Ohio, St. Croix. We work collectively together, and this is our branch corporate administration team. Again, information about them and their contact information on the left-hand side. Now here is corporate accounting. So for this one, it's great because we actually have all of our, I would say Michigan on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, we actually have our Ohio accounting team. So the important thing for everybody that's watching is when you're actually starting to facilitate deals, our Ohio accounting team, which is Katie and Cammie, are actually going to be your first stop shop. They're great to ask questions, and you're going to be working with them, and you're going to be hearing from them often. So it's great to have a face and name go together. Next is our technology and training team. So when it comes to these tech platforms and the rollout of them and all the questions, because we are collaborative, that means you can ask them for help. Just because they're not in Ohio does not mean they're not an extension of your help. They are there to provide the service for you to help you run and troubleshoot your technology programs. Now, Tracy already showed you this, and I know somebody in the chat window was saying, can you show the bottom of the faces in here? So now you know there's two ways to see them for that, for those who want to go in and find it. You can actually access this in the new agent guide, but then you can also access it directly on the marketing tab within Schmidt Resources. So she kind of already said everything I was going to say for that. But this is an important one next. So this is Roberta. I know you hear people talk about we're coaching, and then you hear her even do things and say about coaching, but this is kind of the physical breakdown now, so you can actually see exactly what her program would entail. And I know Roberta's able to do a further definition or clarification of what is offered there within coaching. But we also do the same for transaction coordinator too. So we're putting it right in here. You're getting an opportunity to see exactly what's going to happen from you, in addition to them speaking to you directly. So it's a great aspect to be able to come in and just get the information you need. And my favorite's testimonials, because We can tell you it's great all day, but the agents within your companies and your offices that work with them directly telling you how much it impacted their business, well, that speaks volumes to you as an agent. And you're going to be able to go in and read those. Technology, very important, because we're an extension of your help team, but we also want to make sure you're running 24 hours a day, because you know your business is not just a 9 to 5. So if you need assistance, we have these already set up in here, where if you contact them, their department is developed and designed to be the tech team to help troubleshoot you at any point in time. So for example, Matrix or Dotloop, contact them directly and you're going to get one-on-one help with them live and be able to run with your issue that you have and keep going. Next is our preferred vendors. And luckily on our final day of Launchpad, you're going to hear and see from each of them. But we want to make sure that you know who our preferred, tried, trusted, and true vendors are, and make sure you have their contact information so it's always right at your hand. So my recommendation is, because this is available to you as a PDF, go ahead and save this on your computer, and all times this is going to be your resource point for your vendors. And then obviously social media is important. So we want to make sure that you're provided with content, and that means you can actually follow our Ohio page, Michigan page, and also the Coldwell Banker Real Estate LLC page as well. We want to provide to you the links to do that, but then when you get there, please make sure you understand that that content is fully available for you to share and continue to utilize. Now, the next part's important because we want to make sure you know what you're getting when you come on with us, and some cool little perks here that help your business at the same time that you're actually getting something from the company. So let's go through this really quick. When you come on as an incentive at the company's cost, you get 500 customized business cards. Hopefully all of you on this call right now should have them. However, if you do not, we actually have some directions at the bottom of the packet to show you how to get those and to customize them. Next, each office has signs available that are branded, so you can actually sign them out. Please see your ASC because they can help you sign those out and sign those back in. Your branded name badge is actually ordered by your ASC, and we'll go over that in just a minute. But here's the fun part. When you come on and you become an agent, people can't know you are an agent or actually know you're an agent with us unless you tell them, right? So here's the two-way fun part. Now, if you actually do a social media graphic to announce yourself, that's one thing you should do. But the other thing, not everybody's on social media, and some of them need to get something in the mail for them to be able to see your new introduction. So there's a 200-piece personalized introduction mailer that is an investment of the company at no cost to you, with the exception of the postage, that we will create that is custom branded, and it can even include your bio, so it's a little bit personalized for you as well, your contact information, and that will be 200 pieces we sent directly to you, and now you get to send them to your sphere. Now here's the good thing, we're empowering you to empower yourself. What we would like for you to do in order to get that 200-piece personalized introduction mailer is put 200 contacts in either Moxie or Zap, because that initiates your sphere, right? That gets your business going, so you can now use marketing and we can really catapult your business. So in order to do that, you can actually reach out to your ASC, reach out to me, and we can help work with you on how to do that. But I actually have part of our training that's going to include that as well in Zap. I'm sorry, in Launchpad. So this one is a fun one. It gets you going. If you are on right now and you have not created your database, that is one of the first things you guys need to do. And I'm going to be happy to work with you guys to do that as well. So get that going. And if there's anything you're seeing here you haven't gotten, guess what? It's the company's investment that we've offered to you. Make sure you take advantage. Get that opportunity, get yourself branded and get yourself set up correctly. Next would be headshots. Tracy said it correctly. It's important to have your photograph done. If you don't already have a photo that you want to have the team just touch up real quick, you can come right here to our trusted and true photographers and actually get contact information and a testimonial for each of them. This should definitely be one of the first stops of business. The way I like to put it is, if they're looking you up on a website and you can't market yourself, what story does that tell them about what you're going to do to market their house, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. If Elizabeth can't even market herself, what is she going to do for my house? So the first stop, even if, and I like to say this, even if you don't like your photo on your business card, you're not a signed person and you don't like that, it should at least be housed within your websites and your online media. It's part of that differentiation of who you are as an agent, and helps actually break through kind of the sea of agents, I would say. That facial recognition is very important when it comes to marketing and branding. Next, Express Docs. So this is actually something that might be covered in our CV Exchange area, but it's just the quickest way to kind of think about this one is this is print marketing. Express Docs is anything you can think of marketing-wise, from postcards, brochures, and flyers that would be needed in a print format. You can go in and automatically connect this with your MLS number, and it will allow you to order it directly through Express Docs, and it gives you all the pricing, and you can actually facilitate getting your own marketing very quickly and easily. A lot of these templates in here are very beautiful. I have a preference to the luxury ones. If you want to take a peek on there, you don't have to be luxury to use those. So please note on here that whenever you do use Express Docs, it's Schmidt15, you get 15% off. So if you don't want to utilize, or you cannot utilize the marketing team, please make sure you're utilizing Express Docs to get all of your marketing done. Marketing, signage, and name, as we mentioned, there's a square within Schmidt Resources that breaks down how to order your sign for you. Now, here's what's great when it comes to all of your new agent stuff. It gives you directions on how to get your main badge ordered, and that great digital social media announcement we talked about, and that great new agent postcard. Here's what we like. You actually get to see it, but then it gives you specific directions on how to get it. So you're actually going to be getting this through the, you can actually read in here how to get that and get that facilitated and get it done for you. Next would be the actual facilitation of that and the actual card, the forms. So the business cards, when you come on, we want to make sure you get to feel comfortable with your branding and love it. So look as I'm scrolling here. These are all the options that you get as a card holder within the company. So that means when you're a new agent, you get to come on, you get to pick the front and the back you want. You can have a photo or not have a photo. But here's the form at the very top that you're going to use in order to order them. Now, that's the first time and we pay for them, but what if you love these and you want to continue to use them? You're going to get to come back here and put a new order in. The only thing that's be different the second time is then you would provide the card information to actually pay for the product itself. So this is your business cards, and it's a good one-stop shop to come in and get a lot of branding opportunity. Finally, it's that new agent postcard that we just talked about. All of the information on all of this, guys, I want to make sure that you guys understand when you're filling it out, it's going to be as it shows up on the product. So please make sure your contact information matches that is at the division, so that way your branding is going to be correct and you don't have to have any issues later on. And these are just all the different opportunities. I mean, look how many design options you guys have now. So yes, we have templates and our agents get to use them, but you still get to be different, which is what I like. And I'm going to be honest with you, as an extension of this, if you're like, I like design number 4, but I really like this house, the marketing team can change and do anything to any one of these. So if you really want it to be personalized, 100% they can do that for you very easily. So that's the end of the new agent guide. Pretty simplistic, and it's just an overview, contact information of everything that you guys need. And just to showcase again where that came from, very simply, we are in the Ohio tab within schmidtresources.com. And it is right down here on the bottom right-hand corner, your new agent packet. So that's something that as of today, you want to make sure that all of you go through it today and have all of the pieces that you need and get familiar with our company. I would ask that you please go ahead and initiate a request to the marketing team today. You heard from Tracy. You see some of these options. So pick a postcard, pick a business card, go through and pick an email signature and ask for them to do it. Either way, there is something they can do for you today. So at the end of our call today, reach out and say, would you make this for me? Or say, I would like to jumpstart my marketing. What can you do for me? And they'll do a design consultation for you too. You do not pay for them to do that. You just pay for your product. And being an extension of someone who was on the team, I can tell you that the things we did for agents really built their business. So you want to make sure you're using them as a resource because they're there. So we went over a lot of the important things at Schmidt Resources that I really wanted to cover. But one of them that's in here is really important, and you guys should have all gotten this out from me yesterday too, is training. So, you know, I love the phrase that's in my office right now. It says your business grows to the extent you do. And it's so true, because the more that you can grow and learn, the more you're going to build your business to be better, then the more you're going to support your client. And so for me, it's that connectivity of being able to teach you not only a platform, but then help you understand how it connects and relates to the client themselves so that it's actually beneficial to everyone. So here's what we do. I'm going to try to get this little arrow out of the way here. Couple different things. I understand that when you're learning, you need to have different personality mindsets in perspective. So some people need to see the training, some people need to hear it, and some people need it all written out. So there's a couple different ways that we can actually get training to you, which is really great and beneficial. We're all very excited. We've been working very hard behind the scenes to make it happen. First and foremost, the print calendar. If you notice here, this is what would have went out yesterday. You guys should have all received it. Every single month, we're going to make sure you get a print calendar. And this is important because sometimes we live so much digitally, and if it's not connected digitally and we don't see it, then you can miss it. This allows you to then download it and put it right in your area, in your office, and actually have it on a daily basis so you don't miss that class you really wanted to get to. Now, let's talk about different levels and ways that we teach. So one, if you notice in here, there are categories. We felt it was important to kind of cater to everybody in the way that they needed to learn. So here's how we break it down. Anything that is color-coded in red is going to be a meeting. For example, our Wednesday meetings with all of our offices is at 10 o'clock, and you'll notice very simply, you can see that. And then in here, we also have CE classes, which will be bright blue, but the one like we're on right now, the live training class, anything in this deep Coldwell Banker blue is going to be considered for the time being a live online training class. That means you're getting somebody like we are now, where you can listen, learn, and answer and ask questions, right? So you're getting that interaction. But those are at set times. So for example, we have Launchpad today, right now, started at 1. But what if I can't make that class, or what if I wanted to do some extra training, but I can't at that time? We've also now wonderfully created self-paced training. Notice this yellow training. This is my favorite. If you now notice on the calendar, anything color-coded in yellow, that means, and I'm going to show you in just a second, that means you get to now go and click on that training, and at any time, so for example, I actually have Moxie website training on the 8th. You don't even have to wait till the 8th. You get to go to the digital calendar because it's yellow and self-paced, and you could do that immediately after this call. All of this is self-paced, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. First and foremost, if you notice at the bottom, cbohiocalendar.com. This is the connection from your print calendar to your digital calendar. I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Notice on the left, it says go to this day to download this physical calendar. I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So here's the print calendar, and if I go to cbohiocalendar.com, I am now getting the digital calendar. This is an exact replica of the physical print calendar you just saw, and it does color-code it as well. But look how easy this is, okay? If I go to the 3rd, just like I saw in my print calendar, where it says download calendar PDF, and you guys can all do this with me, you can click right here for full calendar PDF, and it will immediately, as you can see, download the calendar right to your computer so you have it at any time, and it will be an immediate calendar right there. And it also gives you a print preview. Now let's talk about how to get in. Very easily, we want to make sure that you can get in and register for anything. So if I look at the class, for example, I want to make sure that I attended the ZAP class at 3 o'clock on Monday. I can come in and click right on the class. It's going to tell me not only what day and time the class is, we make sure to mention who it is. So it could be ZAP, it could be Coldwell Banker, the brand, it could be us, it could be a variety of different people. And then we also tell you where and how it's hosted. So in the future, it will actually say in the Strongsville office or in the Brecksville office. For now, we're gonna have the online training classes. And then if you guys notice when you go in here, I will actually have full contact information. I will have all of the details. I actually put the flyer in every single one that I have a flyer for as well too. So every bit of information you could ever need is going to be right here within our calendar. And you're able to come right in and click and actually register for the class right then and there. Now I love that because it makes it easy. And I know our lives are busy, even though we're not running around from house to house showing it now, but we still have a lot of things on our schedule. So I'm going to show you how to make this simple for you. First way that you can access this is cbohiocalendar.com. Second way that you can access this is actually through the Team Up app. And I know you guys are looking at my screen right now, but this is Team Up. With your phone, if it is an iPhone or a Droid, you are able to go in and actually look up the Team Up app, and you get to connect this calendar. That means that whenever you are on your phone, you're actually going to have every one of our classes, and it can fully integrate was actually seeing if I had it on my phone right now. I think it just added it. But you can fully integrate it. So if I'm on my cell phone and I'm looking at my personal calendar, I can integrate it and say, okay, I have a meeting with Felicia at 2 o'clock, but my training class is at 3 o'clock. And I have a separate training for you guys to show you how to merge that. And for any of you, actually, let's put it right there. Anybody who would like to know how to utilize the TeamUp app and get it connected, if you can chat in the chat box right now and put your email in there, I will make sure that I do a session with just you guys also, and then help you guys learn how to get that connected. So that's another way to make sure you easily do it. A third option is within Gmail, we can actually connect the Gmail calendar itself. So all of your CB Ohio, like the elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com, that is a Gmail, and it has a calendar that comes with it. That's part of that G Suite we're going to talk about. That actually can connect directly to my personal calendar. So as an example, if I'm in my calendar and I'm at home, and I don't know if you guys can still see me on the side talking. Can anyone still see me personally and also my screen? Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm going to open my calendar. Okay, and I'm going to turn this around here real quick, because this is how I'm able to stay connected. Okay, so here's my personal. Let's see if this will let me do it here. It's probably not going to, because of the virtual reality that we've got going on here. Okay. It's not letting me do it, but my actual calendar in my phone is my personal calendar, and I've merged it through Gmail to now have both personal and company as well. So honestly, between the print calendar, going online to cbschmidt.com, TeamUp, or connecting it through Gmail, we have just really tried to get it to you in every way possible to help each and every one of you guys get the training you need on a daily basis. And hopefully that will help connect you and grow your business. So the training calendar is still evolving. It's live training, some of it's self-paced. We've got CE courses that are going to come in here, but please understand that we're working on this to build your business. So if an agent, as an agent, see something that's lacking or you'd like to have training, please reach out to us, and we would love absolutely to see what we can do to develop a class for you as well. Does anybody have any questions on the New Agent Guide, the training calendar, or the Schmidt resources? Pretty easy, right? Everything's kind of pretty click and go. I'm going to go right back to where we just were here, and I think I'll flip it over to Felicia. But again, all of these were housed within schmidtresources.com. And you can access them easily in the Ohio tab. Pretty easy.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. That was great. Very helpful.
Back to you.
All right. So we are making our way through Launchpad here. We're doing pretty well. I'm going to leave some time at the end for some Q&A, and then just to walk you through a couple things. Again, I want to apologize for the glitch in the beginning. We had a couple video glitches, but I think we've gotten past them. The one thing that we did skip that is really important, I'm a huge believer in coaching. I myself had a coach for about 4 years. You know, you look at any successful people, athletes, even just success-driven people, and they have coaches. They have coaches for different aspects of their life, whether it be working out, could be spiritual, could be financial, it could be just life coaches. So coaching is really, really huge. And as you know, at Coldwell Banker, we offer a coaching program for you, and we also offer to subsidize that program for you. So if you have not yet familiarized yourself with coaching, this is just a quick overview and an introduction to Roberta. And I don't know if you guys noticed, like during the chats today with our 39 people on this call, it was kind of cool to hear some of the just quick testimonials about Roberta. Roberta comes to us with a wealth of information and experience and a following of proven success. So it's really cool when you can partner up with somebody like that, bring them into your organization, really add value to your agents. And not too many brokers out there are offering coaching. So if it's something you're interested in, we are definitely doing it virtually.
Hi, welcome to Productivity Coaching. What does it do for you? What it does for you is it helps you to be able to sell faster, to take more listings, to be a better professional in your new role as a realtor? What do we talk about? We talk about mindset. We talk about making sure that we are doing lead generation and building a preliminary business plan so that you have a sense of direction as to where you're going and how you're going to get there. After all, how much money do you want to make and what is it going to take? We work one-on-one with each other. And that's set up on either a weekly or maybe every 10 days, just based on what your particular schedule allows you to do. You're sitting down one-on-one with a realtor that's been in the business 20 plus years. And that allows you to be able to feel pretty comfortable in terms of walking you through how do you do a listing presentation, okay? How do you work with sellers? What do you say? What do you do? What do you take? And the same thing with working with your buyers in terms of knowing what your buyer presentation should look like and how do you present it. We go through a series of different items that you need to know and need to feel really comfortable with so that it allows you to succeed faster. In saying that, we're going to ask you to do some actual shadowing with experienced agents, working open houses. And again, it's a matter of what do I take, how do I do it, all of those kinds of things. We're going to work on your database and your social media, time blocking, all of the ingredients, if you will, that's going to help you in the long run to be able to earn more money and to do it in a faster, more productive way. You know, it's really like having someone with you that has your back. It protects you, it protects our company, and just as importantly, it protects your clients and your customers to know that you are fully ready to do your job. The program itself is meant to be as least expensive as possible. We are one of the few companies that really does produce for you a one-on-one basis coaching program at a very, very minimal expense to you. It consists of meeting not only the one-on-one meetings, but actually charging 15% of your first 5 transactions. I stay with you, however, after that, in meaning that I'm always accessible by phone or email or text to answer any of your questions. Another support key piece for you to take advantage of. The program lasts basically 12-week session, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it depends on how quickly you move through the program and how well you are doing as to what it really curtails in terms of your time investment. Hoping to meet you in person, hoping to work with you, hoping to help you get started, or if you're an experienced agent, helping you to become a cut above maybe where you were before in terms of your professionalism. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me at 330-592-0748. Certainly you could send me an email or a text, whatever is most comfortable for you. Again, look forward to meeting you. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, so that was Roberta. And again, you know, just a reminder that the goal for us doing Launchpad would certainly be to deliver this presentation to you live. But I do thank you guys. I keep checking to see if everyone's hanging in there, and it looks like you guys are. So we do thank you. We're going to get into now processing deals. And again, just a quick review, but hopefully this will be helpful to you as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Martin, the Regional Service Coordinator for all of our Ohio offices. I'm here to just go over what happens exactly when you get a new listing or you get a new sale and the process that is behind it. So we're going to start off with the new listing. First, I recommend meeting with your manager and going over all of the listing documents and purchase documents to make sure you know the ins and outs of all of those documents. So when you present them in front of your clients, you know what you're talking about. So once you get your first new listing, all of your documents signed, your dates are correct, everything's good to go, you'll input it into the MLS. Make sure that you have at least a front photo. All of your supplements, as for example, you'll put your residential property disclosure, your lead-based paint, any kind of disclosure in the supplement area in the MLS. And then you put all of your documents into Dotloop, and then you'll submit for review. What I mean by submit for review is on the top right of the loop, there's a button that says submit for review. All you'll do is click that and then just change the folder type to either buying or listing. And then you can type in a little note to your admin and say new listing, any kind of information that you want your admin to know about that listing. Then you'll click submit for review and your admin will be able to see all of your documents and know that you got a new listing. So once your admin gets that email about the new listing, they go in and they audit all of your documents along with your manager to make sure all of your documents are good to go, clean, and everything's signed properly. Then they go into the MLS, make sure that you do have that front photo, your supplements are in there, and everything looks good. And then they can post on Facebook, or it just kind of depends from office to office, but they have a whole checklist that they go through and make sure the home warranty is ordered if there's a home warranty. They just double check to make sure you're doing what you need to be doing to be compliant with the MLS. So that's pretty easy, right? And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your manager, or you can reach out to me at any time. So next, I'm going to go over when you have a new contract. So when you have a new contract, again, I definitely recommend meeting with your manager to go over all of the required documents for us because there's a lot of them. And if you have any questions about what exactly is required, your admin can also answer those. But once you have a good understanding about all of those documents, you'll show the house, and then they want to write an offer. That's awesome. So you have all those documents. You can either have them sign in person or they can sign via Dotloop. Either way, it's totally up to you and them on what you guys feel comfortable doing. So once you get everything signed, you send to the other agent and make sure everything's good, and they send it back and you guys are completely into contract. And if you are confused about if you're in contract, I would call your manager or either of the brokers, Elsie or Joe, to just make sure. It doesn't hurt. So then once you have all of those documents ready to go and everything's in contract, you will fill out what is called the cover sheet in Dotloop. And if you don't know what that is, all you have to do is import a document, and it's called transaction cover sheet. And all it is everything that the admin needs to know about that new contract that you have. Title company, lender information, other agent information, your clients. We need their email addresses. We need all of that stuff so we are good to go on our end. So once you fill that out, also the commission, it's pretty important to put the commission on there, and if you're charging that $245 admin fee or if you're paying for them, which is $125. If you have any questions with what I'm asking, feel free to contact me. I'm just briefly going over what exactly needs to be done so your admin can process your deals, and also your admins can answer any questions as well. So once you fill out that cover sheet, you go to the top right again in Dotloop and you'll click the word submit for review. And once you submit for review, your admin then gets that email so they can process it, and we need them to process it right away. So please do not hold off with sending it to them. Send it right away, right when you get a new contract. They need to process it. Even if you think it's going to, for some reason, fall out of contract within a day, they still need to process it and then process it as a canceled deal as well. So either way, please just submit for review right when you get all of those documents signed and you're good to go. So then I'm going to do a little background on what the admin does. They have a whole checklist on what they do when you get a pending deal. First, they make sure all of those documents are signed properly and you are good to go. And if you get an approved for commission in Dotloop email, that means you're good to go. But sometimes we return to agent is what we call it, and that means you're missing a signature, you're missing an initial, they need more information, or they're missing a document. So that just means that you just need to get something signed, and more than likely your admin will tell you what that is. So once they audit all of your documents along with your manager, they approve it for commission, then they start on their checklist. So the first thing on the checklist is to make sure if it's a relocation deal or if it's a listing that it's changed in the MLS. They have to make sure that they get that breakdown from relocation if it is a relocation deal. So they make sure everything's good to go with that. And then they process the deal. They go through all of the documents, they fill out the top form of their spreadsheet, which has commission, the sell price, the address, the client's names. They fill out all of that by looking at your documents, and then they compare it to your transaction cover sheet to make sure you guys are both on the same page, especially with commission. That's super important to make sure that you guys are both on the same page. And if they have any issues or if they see any kind of discrepancies, they should be calling you or emailing you with any questions they have. And then they will process that deal. And what we call it is an ATR CDF, and you'll see it in your loop once they process the deal. So if you don't see it in your loop, that means they haven't processed it, and that more than likely means that they have not gotten that deal from you. So go ahead and go through all of your loops down the road and make sure all of your loops have that ATR CDF in there, because that means that your admin totally processed your deal and you're good to go. You can even look at it, and if you have questions about it, feel free to ask your admin. They can walk you through exactly what everything means on that ATR CDF so you're on the same page as them. So they do the ATR CDF, and that's really just a commission distribution form. So it just goes over what you're getting, what we're getting, and any kind of other fees like E&O, or if you're paying that admin fee of $125, or if your buyer or seller is paying that admin fee of $245, it's all shown on there. Everything you need to know is on there. So if you see any kind of discrepancies on there, feel free to reach out to your admin and let them know, and you guys can talk it over and make sure you guys are on the same page. It's just a good check and balance to make sure you guys are all good. Your manager will sign off on it, and then they review your escrow instructions. Escrow instructions are super important, and they go to the title company so they know what exactly you are getting as a title commission, as what we are getting as a title commission, I'm sorry. So the total commission that we are getting as Coldwell Banker will be shown on the escrow letter. And there should be example escrow letters in dotloop, and if there aren't, please feel free to reach out to your admin and they can totally go over how to go over those with you, how to fill them out. So you'll fill out your escrow letter, and then they will go over it, your manager will go over it, and then someone sends to the title company so they know what they need to give to you during closing. That's super important. And that escrow letter needs to match your commission distribution form, the ATR CDF that I was just talking to you about earlier. So once those are good to go, your manager looks at everything, your admin looks at everything, you look at everything. Everything should be smooth and done, and then they just make sure that everything in the MLS is changed. They make sure if we're holding earnest money that they process that earnest money properly. They make sure that that escrow letter was sent to title. They make sure that home warranty, if we're ordering the home warranty, that the home warranty was ordered, if it's America's Preferred, and then you should be good. And then once closing comes, our accounting department gets that title commission sent to them from the title company. So the title company, it closes, it's all good. Title company disperses funds, and then they send it to our accounting department in Westlake. Then Westlake gets that title commission, they put it into dotloop, send an email to our admin and to you, you'll get it, saying title commission. And that means that they're processing that deal that day, and you should get paid within 24 to 48 hours. It really, if you're getting a direct deposit, it really should go into your account right away. So once they get that title commission, it's usually within a couple days, depending on when the title company sends that title commission to them. Sometimes they send it overnight, but sometimes it just doesn't get sent right away, or if it closes on Friday, they won't get it till Monday or Tuesday. Either way, once we get that title commission, we process it that same day and it gets into your account right away. So it's pretty fast. So as long as everything is good to go, our CDF matches the title commission and that what's on that escrow letter, if all of those are good to go, then that means we will process it right away. So that's why it's super important to do your transaction cover sheet, to make sure everything is good to go, to make sure that that escrow letter is sent and it's right, because we want to make sure you get paid on time and easy transaction. So if you have any questions, that is what happens when you have a new deal or a new listing. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time. Your managers know that you can reach out to them at any time as well, and your admins know as well. So feel free to ask questions. Please, please, please ask questions, because the more questions you ask, the less mistakes there's going to be during your transaction, and the easier it is for all of us. So thank you so much. Bye.
So for clarification, Stephanie wears two hats, at least. She's not only our transaction coordinator for the running agents who are interested in utilizing her services, but in addition, she is the regional service coordinator, meaning she works with all the agent service coordinators, ASCs in your office, to systematize. And if you could tell by that presentation, she's very detail oriented and organized. So she systematizes the way things are done by office to make things run seamlessly for you guys and for us as a company. So thank you, Stephanie. That was a really great job. Okay, so let's go through our squares and we'll see where we're at here. Create a path to success. That's actually every one of these modules, and I am going to go through those before we close. So we heard from Elsie about running your own business. And since we did have a little sound issue on that, if you want to hear that again from the beginning, you go to schmidtresources.com, go to Ohio, go to Launchpad, and step 1. And Elsie is right here as the third module. We heard from Stephanie about hiring a transaction coordinator. We heard from Roberta. We heard from Tracy Bacigalupi. We heard from Elizabeth live, which is also recorded. So anyone who didn't hear or had to step away, I got a chat about that. You can go back and listen to any of these individual modules on your own. You heard from Joe and Elsie together here in Meeting Your Brokers. We just heard Stephanie go through processing of deals. So now it is about 3 o'clock, and we had slotted this training or overview today to go until 4. We actually won't need to go until 4. I am going to take the extra time right now, though, and go through the rest of these modules, and then I'm going to bring Joe Gazzo up here just to give you, just a little message from the broker, since he happens to be here in person. But before we do, and we'll give you some messages too. So if you were doing this self-paced and you went through step 1, now you are here, you would simply click to go to step 2. So step 2 is all about getting ready for business. This will be our agenda for Monday at 1 o'clock, again, 1 to 4. There's a lot of information in these next 3 modules that gets a lot more granular, a lot more detailed. So step 1 is creating and or updating your social profiles. I believe we're going to hear from JD on that live. I'm going to ask Elizabeth to unmute real quick.
Yep. JD is going to host with me on Monday. He'll start right at 1 o'clock.
Okay, that's really going to be an exciting one. He talks fast, so you better pay attention and take notes, but there's nobody better. He really gets social media. That's his background. It's what he does. He loves it. He utilizes it himself personally to show his human side, even in business. And he really looks after all of our social media as the company to make sure that we're not only compliant, but relevant and doing the most we can to optimize our online profiles. So you don't want to miss that. Step 2 is a training, more of a training with Moxie. So if you've just heard about Moxie and you know that we migrated to Moxie, but you haven't really done anything with it yet, I would highly recommend you start. Take whatever downtime you have during, what we're going through. We're busy. I'm finding a lot of agents to be very, very busy, but I'm also finding a lot of agents to be busy working from home and investing in themselves through self-development. I would recommend that you do time block every single week during this stay-at-home order to learn something. Figure out what it's going to be. As Elizabeth said early on, you don't have to know everything that we do, but you might want to say, okay, the month of May, Moxie May. I'm going to learn Moxie. I am going to create and set up my website, which is module 3. I'm going to learn how to do my CMA and my buyer and seller personal presentations. I love the fact that marketing is going to make the individual pages available to you guys. That is going to be so, so cool. Because in the past, when I've taught agents how to use those presentations, I've said, familiarize yourselves with the pages that speak to you, and you can skip the others. You don't have to go through a 40-page presentation. But in this case, you literally can customize it exactly the way you want it and save it so that you can use it for future clients. So Monday's all about Moxie. So as you can see, setting up your website, CMA, Engage is your database. I'm going to tell you guys, and you guys are right here, the few of you that are hearing this, but I've been kind of harping it on our weekly Wednesdays. There is nothing more important right now than to get that database in order and start engaging with it. You have a free tool that we're providing for you that's going to allow you to do that. So absolutely make that a priority. Get that database in Moxie and start to do some drip campaigns. Start to set up some systems, some systematic ways of contacting people. You've got so many options today. So different than when we started in business, where you really had a phone or knocking on the door. And when I say you had a phone, in many cases it was a desk phone. So you guys have text message capability, you've got social platforms, you can call, you can mail, you can knock, you can engage with people in different groups, Facebook groups, chat groups, different things. So definitely get yourselves in front of your people. Joe challenged everybody two Wednesdays ago, everybody in the company. There was 140 people on the call, but the challenge went out to everybody to just make 5 contacts a day. Can you imagine the amount of energy we could create as a company if every one of us just made 5 contacts a day to our database, 5 days a week? That's so doable. So again, I would reiterate that challenge, and I would love, love, love to hear your success stories of those of you that took the time and bite the bullet and eat the frog, whatever you want to say, take the time to get that database up and running, start to market to it, and you'll be amazed at what happens. And last thing I'm going to say, I know it probably sounds like I'm on a soapbox about database, and I probably am, but if you don't have a database, you don't have a business. So those of you that wing it, wait for the phone to ring, think you're going to live off referrals forever, I'm telling you, that systematic approach to working your database will pay off in spades. All right, so that's Monday. And then you would get to step 3. And again, if you can't be on the live hosted Zoom, you do have a lot of pre-recorded. I don't think it's the same as, being live and being able to chat a question here and there, but it's better than not doing it at all. So this one I particularly think is very helpful. Why do you need both Moxie and Zap? So, we have so much technology, it gets confusing. There are differences between the two. You need to listen to this one. This one is taught by a gentleman from the UK. He's with us in our Florida operation. His name is Peter. He's fabulous. If you came to our Innovation Exchange last year, you saw him. He presented from stage. He does seller leads, and he's a big, big, big proponent of Zap. So you want to hear Peter's presentation. Then you've got Stephanie, who you heard from twice today, doing a full-on training on Zap. So again, you've got all that Moxie information on Monday. It's going to help you out to hear the Zap information too, and really understand the differences and how they apply to your business. Lead router overview is a quick one from Dennis Brayford, who's our relocation director. And he's going to kind of explain to you how leads get routed to you through lead router. It's not just for relocation. So you kind of want to understand that, because now I've given you 3 different lead sources and you're like, okay, and now my head is just going to explode. So listen to all 3 of those. Once you get them set up, it's kind of a set it and forget it, proposition, but you have to understand them. CB Exchange overview. CB Exchange I'll go to maybe at the end if we have time. It's kind of like your Google for everything that the brand has to offer. So we've got like all these resources and they're housed in different places. So think of Schmidt Resources as everything that the Schmidt family of companies and its infrastructure has created and developed to help their agents. So to help their 2,000 agents with digital media and marketing and all those different assets that are in there, those are company-owned resources. When you think of CB Exchange, I want you to think bigger, Coldwell Banker International. And what does Coldwell Banker on a national scale have to offer you? So when you look at Blue Matter Monday and you look at your weekly dose of awesomeness that I share with you guys on the Wednesday call first thing, maybe you want to look at the Coldwell Banker virtual calendar. Totally different than our calendar that we're creating regionally to supplement for you guys. So one of the things I had Elizabeth do on our regular calendar is, I think it's on just a Sunday, just a random placeholder. It's click here to see the Coldwell Banker virtual calendar. There's a lot of self-guided, classes you can take, including AMP. So AMP, I always like to teach live. We do it 5 times a year. We got shut down in the middle of it. Middle of March, we got shut down on AMP with the stay-at-home order. So we weren't allowed to do that. Now, to the extent that we can do any classes live in the Westlake or here that are bigger offices that I can do with 10 or less and still Zoom them, we will be doing, because I'm a huge proponent of live training, but I'm not going to stop training just because we have to Zoom it. So anyway, CB Exchange is like your Google for all things that the brand has to offer. And when I say that, there's literally a search bar in it, right like Google. When you go in there, maybe you want open house scripts or listing presentation or handling objections. You can actually put that in. But when you go into CB Exchange, there's a couple things I would focus on. One is CBU, that's Coldwell Banker University, but maybe you want to see just brand assets news, brand news. You want to go to the YouTube channel and see some of the commercials because you want to repost them on your social media, which you're allowed to do. They are copywritten, but you're, as a member of Coldwell Banker, you're allowed to reproduce them and reuse them. So there's a lot of really good stuff that I like to share with agents, especially when we talk about social media and how to post and what to post, and you'll get way more information out of JD than I'm going to give you. But one thing I try to remind agents is it's not about posting Mr. and Mrs. Smith at 123 Main Street and the happiest day of their lives is when I handed them the keys. That's great. That's warm and fuzzy. That's awesome. But you want to constantly be reminding people you're in the business by putting relevant content. So it could be a commercial. It could be kind of a query for, have you ever wondered what your house was worth in this unprecedented market? Private message me for a free CMA. You can get a lot of leads just doing things like that. So you're kind of dripping on people that you're in the industry, posting stats, posting relevant articles, maybe posting how safe and precautious you're being with your business during this COVID pandemic, that you are responsibly doing business. Maybe their agent wouldn't take their listing right now because of this, but you will, because you have a safe and effective absolutely list of precautions and step-by-step best practices from your broker. So, you have to be careful on that. I probably shouldn't have you guys do too much posting on that just to keep you out of harm's way. But if you repost something we've given you on how to use those best practices, that's fine. Just don't make up any of your own, even if they might seem wonderful to you. Listings to leads is probably the best free technology that we offer you guys. And by the way, it's not proprietary. Anybody can buy it for $30 a month, but I don't know of any brokers in our market using it. It's for you guys, no charge. You want to make sure your platform's up to speed. The 2 agents that will be teaching this completely catapulted their business. They came here from another company. They've been with us 3.5, almost 4 years. They've tripled their business, and I'll bet you this year they go another 25%. They're on fire. They just started their own team. They're probably going to do $12 million this year, and they're awesome, and they love that product, and they love to share it. So you're going to want to see that. Dot Loop overview. It's a quick overview by Bambi, who is our ASC in Streetsboro, but there are also links to Dot Loop's training itself from Dot Loop. So that's going to be a really good one. And then this G Suite overview, again, is going to tell you guys what you get from us at no charge. All of your at CB Schmidt Ohio's are Gmail accounts that include G Suite. So I think when agents join and we just set up their email accounts, I think that gets missed and don't realize all the great tools that they have at their disposal. Account Tech, you won't be hearing this next week, but this is coming soon. And what this is we're using it on the back end to process your deals, but for you guys, it's going to be your own app on your phone to at any time look up your deals, where you are year to date, what your 1099 would be today. Maybe you want to see your last check stub. You want to see how many listings and how many buyers and sellers you had. So you'll be able to do all that through your own Account Tech portal. So that's really cool. CBX Overview, that is a really cool piece of technology that is a game changer on listings. It uses artificial intelligence and predictive analytics, all these crazy buzzwords we've been hearing now for the past several years. But Coldwell Banker was one of the first to really launch this. And I can tell you, Anthony, Carolyn Fenton, Maeve, there's a handful of agents that just come off the top of my head that embraced this technology when it first came out. And like Anthony here out of this office does all high-end luxury. He doesn't go on a listing appointment without this tool. And he will swear by the pricing component of it and the marketing component, because it can actually go in and target where the most likely buyers might be coming from and allow you then to go into Facebook and do some very inexpensive targeted ads to attract those buyers. It's overwhelming how phenomenal it is. BombBomb, sometimes I send you guys videos and I'm using a tool called BombBomb. We have a special negotiated rate with them. It's $25 a month. They will be hosting this overview, and that is a really, really, really cool tool. You can do it from your phone in 2 seconds. I link mine to my email account, and it allows me to just shoot a quick email or quick video right from my email. It also has a tracker on it that you can actually see all the activity that's going on in your email account, even if it wasn't BombBomb. I can see if I sent you 3 an email and 2 of you said you didn't get it, I can actually go in and see that not only did you get it, but you opened it. Oops. I don't do that, but I could. And then OpCity overview. So this is just a quick explanation of what is OpCity. Do I want to be part of OpCity? Do I not want to be part of OpCity? It's basically a lead source for you guys. You don't pay to be part of it. It's open to anybody, and you only pay a referral fee to them, not us, and it's only if it closes. You're not paying to play. You're not paying to be part of the system. So more on that and how to sign up will be covered that day. So step 4, and this is the last, there's 4 and 5. We're doing them together on Wednesday, which is day 4 of your Launchpad. You're going to hear from the relocation director, Dennis Brayford, about this segment of business. Commercial overview, you'll hear from our director of business brokerage and commercial, Rick Gardner. Luxury, I'm telling you, whether you do luxury or not, you can learn something from Marcy Capadona, our luxury ambassador. She's very special and very, very passionate about what she does. Construction overview, Joe will really give you what's really the bones of the house. It's like, I won't steal his thunder because the analogy's in his video he's going to share with you guys, but when you're going up against somebody and you can come across with more confidence than that other person because you understand the components, and the, what's going on behind the scenes, it gives you that competitive edge. And he really makes that, he's very passionate about that. Joe was a builder for many, many, many years, custom homes. And again, when he can speak your language and make that stuff approachable to you, sellers will notice right away the difference between you and the agent you're going against, because you've got that intelligence built in. Woodland Title compliance overview. So all this fluff stuff and technology and all that doesn't mean anything if you get in trouble. So our attorney from Woodland Title is going to do a little compliance overview for you guys, and we will also be bringing him in to teach a CE on that same topic. The last one is meet the vendors. You cannot run a good business without a good team. So surrounding yourselves with those people that will keep you out of harm's way is major, major important. America's Preferred Home Warranty, probably the best in the business in terms of accessibility, coverage, minimal fine print exclusions, and really good service. They will be very visible once this thing is behind us. They'll be in your offices. You'll see them. You'll get to meet them. Every now and then you're going to have a claim that's a little bit challenging. I would welcome you to call them direct when that happens, and they'll do everything they can to help you guys out. Every one of your properties should have a warranty. And if you don't get the warranty, at least offer it. Because if you can prove that you offered it, you have some coverage built in on your E&O if you were to have a claim, and you could prove that you did offer it, whether it was accepted or rejected, you would actually have 75% of your deductible covered up to $5,000. So there's zero reason why you would ever not want to talk about home warranty in your business. New Res, that's our mortgage partner. I'm just going to give a personal endorsement to one of our reps, which is Melanie Alexander. I started my real estate career in 1998. I met Melanie probably within 4 months. And I will say she was my right-hand go-to person for the rest of my career. Whether I was doing a relocation deal that she couldn't help me with because I had to do the lender that it came in with, she would be a resource. She'd answer questions. She educated me. And now I'm so pleased to say we're in business together. She had her own company with her family-owned mortgage company on Snow Road for many, many, many years. And last year they dissolved the company and she joined us. And we're just really, really lucky to have her. Paul Catalano is her counterpart. And the two of them kind of oversee all our offices. We're looking to grow that team, but they have a wide range of products. They get deals done. They don't waste your time. They don't overcommit. And I'm just so glad that we can offer those types of resources in-house to our agents. Woodland Title, we kind of already talked about, but I can't say enough about them and their service either. I think they have 7 to 8 reps that cover our 13 offices. So we have plenty of coverage. Like I said, there's a staff attorney, Andrew, who can answer legal questions every now and then. You guys don't want to be practicing law or writing addendums. That's what we have attorneys for. That's what we have brokers to run things by. So in addition to being an excellent title company and doing, phenomenal service for our clients, they can also help keep us out of harm's way as well. And last but not least is McMichael's Insurance. So everybody needs insurance, but it's one of those things that we often don't provide as a service in this business. We just assume, buyers, of course, their lender's going to tell them they have to get homeowners insurance before close. But how nice is it when you've got somebody in-house that you can refer and really have a full concierge package for your people? Because now you've got title, insurance, warranty, and mortgage all under one roof, and moving and flooring. I don't have all of them in here for Launchpad, but we really do have a myriad of services that you can offer. And we're working on some marketing materials for you guys to that end, so you can actually market it that way. As we do have a full service concierge experience for you. Okay, so that was a lot of information. I'm gonna ask Joe to come up too, because I just want to say and have him share a couple words about just what you can expect getting into this business. And I know that all of you tuning in may not be new, to the business. Some of you could be experienced and just came on today for a little bit of more information to help you, or maybe some resources that you didn't really look into as much when you first started with us. So we are going to just talk about a couple things. One, I talk about this. This is the factor. If you've read this book, then you know what this is. If you have not read this book, then what I'm going to tell you is it's about what makes you different. And today, as much as ever, having points of differentiation is what's going to separate you from the rest of the pack. So think about your unique value proposition, how you're going to go out to the public and market yourself as somebody truly different and earn their business that way. And then Joe.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank Felicia for orchestrating all of this today. I think Launchpad is absolutely awesome. I think it's spectacular. I want to thank everybody out there for inviting us into your living room or wherever you're at. I want to thank the handful of people that are actually here live, staring at us as we're doing this. Everybody else out there that was live that participated. I know Elizabeth, thank you for your time and your input. Also Tracy, I want to thank Tracy and everybody else that participated today. So, you know, where do we begin? I don't even know where to begin because there's just so much here. So let me just say this to you, especially because of what's happened in the last couple of months. I think some of our habits, as we all know, have changed, especially with this pandemic. So you keep hearing us talk about databases, continually pounding your databases. And I feel sometimes we talk about that over and over again, and not to be repetitive, but even without the pandemic, we still should be hitting our databases. Even without the pandemic, we still should be using our tools. We still should be reading books, which I've challenged people to do. I said that when this whole thing started, it was kind of like a reset button where we were going to like maybe just start all over again and pick up habits that we used to use in the business and we got away from, because the business has been great for a really long time because interest rates are at historic lows, and they just hit historic lows again today. And a lot of times what happens is good times breed bad habits. And we have a tendency of getting into like ruts and just counting on things happening. But now that we've had this little bit of a hiccup in what's been going on, I think we're going to have to just gravitate towards habits that we have to continue all the way through. So let me say this to you, especially newer agents out there. There is so much to learn in our business, and I've been in the business for a long, long time. I still learn. I still learn every day. But the thing that I try to do is, especially with all the tools that we have, is I don't want you to try to learn all of these tools overnight, because you won't learn them all overnight. And we're on information overload. You know, we talked about CBX, and we talked about predictive analytics, and we talked about artificial information and all these sort of things. And those are all fine and dandy, but there's still the human side of our business that's never going to go away. And we talk about writing cards and thank you letters and things of that nature out to people. And I still think that we should do that in conjunction with, you know, what we do every day. So the only thing I can tell you is this: I would try to learn as much as you can, but don't try to learn everything all at once, because you're not going to do that. And you will be on information overload. And I don't want to see you get discouraged trying to learn it all. Like I'm trying to talk while people are talking next to me. You know, it's kind of hard to do. I had to throw that in there. But anyhow, I'm going to hear about that in about 10 minutes, but that's okay. But anyway, what I would do is this: definitely challenge yourself. Today's May 1st. We always do, you know how at the beginning of the year, we always kind of have our own resolutions. What are we going to do different this year? What are you going to do different this month? So this is May 1st. So what I always challenge people in our office in Strongsville to do is just go on Microsoft Word and print out a simple calendar. So this is the month of May, 31 days. Start today. Today's May 1st. Make those 5 calls that Felicia mentioned about earlier. And what you do is make 5 calls and maybe set a goal of handing out 2 business cards a day, or maybe sending out 3 cards a day, thank you cards, things like that. And every day, make a note of what your activity is. So next Monday, make 5 calls, write that down. Next Tuesday, make 6 calls, write that down. At the end of the month, look at that calendar, and the calendar is going to talk to you. And it's going to tell you what you did and what you didn't do. And in the meantime, try to learn the tools. Again, there's so much for us to learn, but as I always use the example, maybe because it's the builder in me, and I've seen enough tools in my day. If you go to Home Depot and I gave you $1,000 to pick out all the tools you wanted, I would tell you to pick out 1 or 2 tools and master them. I wouldn't tell you to buy 10 of them and now know how to operate all of them. And the same thing applies in our case. Some people love listings to leads. Justin and Renee, you heard Felicia talk about it. Their business is off the charts because of that tool. Anthony and Carolyn Fenton use CBX constantly. So learn how to master 1 or 2 of our tools in conjunction with our platforms that we have, Moxie and Zap and things of that sort. We have great people to turn to, whether it's Stephanie with our ASCs, whether it's our managers, whether it's Elizabeth. And I can tell you this right now, I think our marketing department should be used more. I don't think we even use our marketing department enough. Reach out to them. They love that. You hear what Tracy said about reaching out to everybody. She's got a team of great people. I would use them too. So use all the resources that we have. And lastly, I can tell you that you are with a wonderful, wonderful company with great leaders. I think you've heard this. And we have a lot to be grateful for a lot of reasons. But it all starts at the top with the Schmidts. And as I said in the video that you saw earlier with me and Elsie, it trickles down to Felicia, it trickles down to the managers, and trickles down to all of you. And we are in all of this together. And I always considered us one big family because we all reach out and we help each other. And it doesn't matter if you're an agent out of Mentor, Streetsboro, Strongsville, we help each other. We go to different places and we'll continue to help each other. So I guess in closing, just be grateful. The sun is starting to peek out a little bit. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s. I think Sunny's going to be beautiful in 70. So yeah, Felicia always talks about having gratitude in your life. And I'm a big proponent of that too. So we thank you for being with us. I'm going to wrap things up. I'll turn it over to Felicia. I won't talk. I'll let Felicia talk. And I'm going to hear about that too. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. And here you go, Felicia.
Did I mention that there's a reason why Zooms are different than live? Anyway, always good to hear from our brokers. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, you're beat red. That's okay. He's not in trouble. Honestly, that's one of the things I love about Joe and about our whole team is we're all real and we are all in this together. Elizabeth, I want to thank you so much for all your hard work on this. I want to thank Vanessa. I want to thank Roberta, and I am forgetting Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. And thank you, JD. So JD's not on with us, but I'm going to tell you, you know, it takes a village to put all this together. And there's actually 53 modules total. So it's an awful lot of work. And I appreciate you guys all being part of it. I wish you all great success. I'm super excited about this year, and I'm going to share one little secret with you that nobody else knows, because I had a month-end call this morning with the Schmidts for our training, and miraculously, Ohio is up 10% over last year. Woo! I mean, honestly, guys, that is just crazy. Through the end of April, April 30th, Ohio is up 10%. Now, you don't know how significant that is, but we are so incredibly lucky. When Joe talks about gratitude, I am not just giving you some bogus lip service right now. I wake up every single day, and I am so grateful that our business is an essential business. You guys make it essential with everything you do, everything you are. The collaboration, the way you treat your clients, the way you're running your businesses right now in this pandemic in a safe and efficient way, embracing technology. I mean, we're getting better attendance doing virtual training than we've ever gotten before. So I appreciate you guys. We want to be here to support you. And the reason we're having the success we are having right now is all because of you. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy that weather. And you will be hosted by Elizabeth starting on Monday. And you're in for a treat. Lots of good information though. Monday is game on. Like, take some notes and be ready to learn Moxie. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.